the boycott continued. The Weldons, of course, were humiliated. But worse, the boycott meant that shopkeepers wouldn't serve them, and any neighbours who might help them by buying food and smuggling it to them at night were threatened that their accounts would be closed at local shops. The family was isolated, cut off, cast out. They were spurned, spat upon, almost starved. They were ignored, vilified, threatened. But not by all. Here and there, a few families got through.
Oh yes, they had help. There were quite a number. I would say that according sort of to the school rolls, the people who went, their families, who continued going to school during the school boycott, that all of those, plus some of the people who actually took the children away. And you see, the family was isolated as regards shopping, food, supplies and that. And some people helped them out. In fact, here, my father used to buy extra groceries in the village, and at night he would come across the fields.
And what did other people think of your father when he did this?
Well, of course, for a long time they didn't know him because he bought in different places around the village, so it's not to make it appear that he was getting extra.
What sort of a man was Joe Klein?
Joe Klein, yeah. He was a very big man in stature. I remember him, he always wore a hat, and he had a butcher shop and a bar and grocery up there. He wore a white coat and an apron and stripes on it. And my recollection of him is coming out in the morning across the street, and he would rub his hands together, and he would talk so loud that anyone in the village would hear. Something that perhaps was on the news, something topical. But he was sarcastic with people.
And your father used to take some of the children to school, didn't he?
And my father used to take his younger brother to school. Cat was his name. And he took him on the handlebar, or the crossbar of the bicycle. And there was a group of protesters down what we call Devil's Cross. And he had to pass by them every day. He also went down to collect them. And he brought some other children, perhaps one of the carriers belonging to some other families who would be under fire. But, they said to him, you see, they were waiting there and they had horses and carriages to take children to the other school. It was sort of an amusement place. And they would transport the children to the other schools so that they wouldn't find it difficult to sort of obey the boycott.
And they shouted at your father?
Yeah, they would say things. But it went on for so long that they got used to it. But at the beginning, he was, things were said as he passed by. And he again, and back.
It's not easy to get a flavour of those times, but Seamus Leonard, who now lives in the old schoolhouse, recalls them.
Seamus, your father opposed Master Weldon. Why was this?
Well, because he felt insulted and damaged by the publication of the value of the Sqiunting message.
And would he have been the same as others? Would many people have objected?
Yes, quite a lot. Quite a lot of people objected.
Why were they actually so angry about it?
Because in the book he brings the McNamara depicted them all in a very poor light.
And what did they think of him as a result of that?
Well, they thought very little of him. I think it was a natural reaction at the time that somebody who was reared from boyhood amongst them, when he grew up to be a man, that he made use of them for his own purposes.
But it did give Garvin a terrible reputation, didn't it?
It did, yeah. It did. But then, it was a terrible time.
School boycotts are not unknown even in the Ireland of today, but this one set a record of sorts and lasted from 1918 until 1924, 6 long years.